Good morning, children. Welcome to online class, 9th standard, poem number 7. That is geography lesson. This geography lesson that's a poem then written by the poet Zulfikar Ghosh. To know about the author, Zulfikar Ghosh was born in Sialkot, India, now Pakistan, on March 13, 1935. He is a novelist, a poet, and an essayist. After the partition of India, Ghosh and his family emigrated to England, where he completed his education and took up teaching profession. So later he went to America and since then has lived in Texas. So now Texas is now to go through this. The poem is about the way Earth looks from different attitudes. That is divided into 3 parts. So he describes the Earth in 3 altitudes. First thing, how everything looks from the sky. First one. Second thing, how civilization set up. How civilization was set up. And third thing, why people hate each other. Okay, now so this is Earth. People are pulling, then tying, making boundaries, then want to acquire. This is they want to possess the Earth. Okay, now coming to that first para. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile. So 6 inches to the mile means that is a scale of the Earth. Then that is, it describes the scene of the city when he goes in the plane, or then that is it. Here the poem is telling sprang into the sky, spring, past tense sprang, then into the sky. This goes fast, into the sky. It was clear. So from there, when he went to the sky, then when he saw the ground from there, Earth from there, he could make out why the city had developed the way it had. So he looked up from the window. The Earth was reduced to the scale of 6 inches to a mile. So he wanted to understand why the city has developed the way it had. So the city without any plan or anything. So from there when he looked, he could make out why the city has developed like this. The way means on its own will. That is how the people decide they made the city according to their wish, according to their convenience. So that's what when he went in the jet or plane, that is sprang into the sky, the poet saw through the window down, that is the Earth. Then he wanted to know why the city developed, that is on its way without any plan or anything. So he could make out only that much at that height. What was that dimension? That is, it was 6 inches to the mile, the scale of the earth. That is from that height, sky, the scale was only 6 inches to a mile. So next para is telling there seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard, unplanned and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. So again further he is telling the second para also. He described the city, that is from an aeroplane, the vision he had from the aeroplane. What it tells, the ground looked haphazard, that is haphazard, not having any plan, any order, not having any order. The city does say haphazard. Can you say this? Say haphazard. No plan, nothing. Unplanned. So this is unplanned. So you can make out this is planned. This is looking haphazard, unplanned. And without style. So no style. You can make out style here, but here without no style when the jet sprang into the sky. So what is telling, when they describe the city from the airplane, that the ground looked haphazard, unplanned, without any style. And it became clear to him that the city developed according to the necessity of the people and not as per proper planning. So the people then, if they wanted to have a living near the river or near the valley, they lived without any plan. So that's why it was looking haphazard, that is unplanned, there from the sky. Who saw? The author saw. Third para is telling, when the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, that is, he was last 2 paras was flying only in the sky. The next day he is telling the altitude, that is 10,000 feet. Now he reached, that is the jet reached. What he could find? He could find the cities are located where? Near the river and the valleys. He understood that people settled in those lands where water is easily available. Why the people settle near the river? Because water is easily available for what? For agriculture and living. So the cities had come into existence where rivers ran and human population was thicker in the valleys. Because valleys are used for what? Grazing animals, and the rivers, that is for a living. So civilization began where? Near the river valleys only. So from this we can make out water and vegetation nourished the civilization. So what are the 2 important factors for civilization to develop? Water and vegetation. So for that they made their living near the river and the valley. Fourth para is telling, the logic of geography that land and water attracted man was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. Again he is explaining the logic of geology. He could understand why the land is thickly populated near the river and valleys, which attracted men. Already last para also it is clear. It described, it is clearly delineated, it is clearly described where the aeroplane, so that is when the aeroplane flew at the height of 10,000 feet above the ground. So you could see here 10,000 feet above the ground, he could make out the city and that is which is thickly populated near the river and the valley. Then fifth para is telling, when the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear that the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. But it was difficult to understand So when the plane reached the height of 6 miles, 6 miles height, so what happened? They could see the earth round. The poet found that the earth has more water than land. That is 1/3 of a land and 2/3 of a water. So that's why earth is looking blue. And he understood the reason because the earth has a more number of seas than land. Why it was blue in color? Because of more water. Why more water? More seas are there. The last para, he is telling that the men on earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill from the height. It was not clear why. So what is telling? One thing the poet was not able to understand. Why? What is that? The people on earth, why they are hating each other? Why they are building walls of hatred and across the cities? Then that is the killing each other. Why? Because jealous, envying each other. The poet says that human beings have a lot of knowledge about the earth, its shape, civilization, cities and nation, etc. But they have not learned how to live peacefully on this amazing planet. They don't know how to love each other and make their life pleasant, happy on this planet. That is, he feels that earth is one. Earth is only one, but people living on it divided. People are divided according to the religion, maybe the culture, maybe the tradition, whatever it may be, language, then everything. The people are fragmented. The people, they are divided. That is for shallow reasons, for trivial reasons, for simple reasons, or you can tell for no reason also. The people are divided. That is, and the fragmented the earth. And so what the poet feels, even though God has created the earth for a man to live happily, so that is God's gift to the human beings. But why the people, they are hating each other and making their living what? Then very worst disaster. That is, he requests the people, he asks the people to make earth a beautiful place to live in by loving each other, helping each other, and then following, respecting others, then moral and others ideas. So like that, children. So this is the poem through which author Sulfiga Ghosh asks the people to live this happily, harmoniously, and make their living joyful. Thank you, children. Bye.